The story of human conflict is also the story of technology. From sharpened stones to iron swords, our tools have always shaped how we fight. Today, in the 21st century, warfare is changing faster than ever before. The recent conflict between Iran and Israel in June 2025 shows us this new reality. It wasn't just about soldiers on the ground. Instead, the skies became a battlefield filled with incredibly fast and smart machines. These machines are missiles and drones. They can travel hundreds, even thousands of kilometers to strike their targets with powerful explosives. Understanding these weapons is key to understanding modern conflict. This conflict was a clear and powerful demonstration of remote warfare. Imagine being able to attack a target in another country without ever leaving your own. That is the power of long-range missiles and drones. Both Iran and Israel use these technologies to hit important places like military bases, oil fields, and even cities. For example, Iran launched over 200 missiles and drones toward 22 different locations in Israel. In return, Israel conducted its own strikes deep inside Iran. This wasn't a battle fought on a single front line. It was a battle fought across the entire map, through the air. Why are these weapons so important? It's because they change the rules of engagement. They allow a country to project its power over great distances, bypassing traditional defenses like walls or armies. A single person sitting in a control room can launch a weapon that will fly for hours before hitting its mark. These are not simple rockets. They are sophisticated flying computers. They have brains or guidance systems that help them navigate, and they have different ways of flying, which makes them hard to stop. This essay will explore these amazing and honestly terrifying pieces of technology. We will look at the different types of weapons used in this conflict. We will explore the science behind how they fly and how they find their targets. We will discuss ballistic missiles, which travel high into the sky like a thrown ball, and cruise missiles, which fly low like an airplane. We will also talk about drones, the small, unmanned aerial vehicles that can be used for spying or for direct attacks. Finally, we will see how both sides try to defend themselves against these incoming threats, creating a complex aerial chess match. The universe of warfare has expanded, and its new stars are these guided weapons. Let's start with one of the most powerful weapons in this conflict, the ballistic missile. Think of it like throwing a rock as high and as far as you can. A ballistic missile works in a similar way, but on a much grander scale. It uses a powerful rocket engine to push it high up into the sky, sometimes even into the edge of space. After its engine burns out, it follows a big arching path, a ballistic trajectory back down toward its target. Gravity does most of the work for this part of the journey. Because they fly so high and so fast, they are very difficult to stop once they start their descent. In the June 2025 conflict, both Iran and Israel used ballistic missiles to strike at strategic targets. Iran launched them at Israeli energy centers, while Israel used them to hit targets deep inside Iran, like the city of Shahed. The Houthis in Yemen also joined, firing ballistic missiles at Israel in support of Iran. These weapons are not designed for small, precise hits. They are designed to deliver a large amount of explosives to a general area, causing significant damage. Their great speed and high flight path make them a terrifying threat, as they can arrive with very little warning. Now, let's look at a different kind of weapon, the cruise missile. If a ballistic missile is like a thrown rock, a cruise missile is like a small robotic airplane. It has its own jet engine, just like a passenger plane, which powers it for its entire flight. Instead of flying high into space, a cruise missile flies low to the ground, sometimes just a few hundred feet up. This low altitude allows it to hide from enemy radar, which often can't see things that are below the horizon. They are also able to change direction, flying around mountains or other obstacles to avoid being detected. Israel used cruise missiles to perform precision strikes against specific buildings and infrastructure in Iran. For example, they targeted a defense ministry building and parts of Iran's energy grid. Iran's military claimed it successfully shot down some of these incoming Israeli cruise missiles. Unlike ballistic missiles, cruise missiles are slower. However, their ability to fly low and maneuver makes them very sneaky. They trade the raw speed of a ballistic missile for a stealthy, intelligent approach, making them perfect for hitting a single, high-value target without causing widespread destruction around it. Beyond missiles, another type of weapon filled the skies: The drone. A drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV. It's an aircraft with no pilot inside. Instead, it is controlled by a person on the ground, sometimes thousands of kilometers away, or it can be programmed to fly a mission all by itself. Drones come in many shapes and sizes. Some are large, like small airplanes, and are used for surveillance, flying high above an area for hours to watch what is happening below. Others are much smaller and are designed for a very different and much more direct purpose. The most famous type of drone used in this conflict was the kamikaze, or suicide drone. Iran used models like its Shahed drone in large numbers. These are not designed to return home. They are essentially flying bombs. They are launched toward a target, fly to it using their own navigation system, and then crash directly into it, exploding on impact. Think of them as a cheaper, slower, but very effective version of a cruise missile. Iran sent these drones to attack Israeli fuel production facilities and energy centers, hoping to overwhelm Israel's defenses with a large number of incoming threats at once. Israel also faced another type of drone threat, mini drones. These are much smaller, sometimes small enough to be held in your hand. While less destructive, they can be used for many things. They might be sent to spy on a specific location, to get a close-up view of a target before a larger strike, or even to carry a small explosive charge to damage sensitive equipment. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps reported that it had intercepted dozens of these small drones over its cities. Their small size makes them very difficult to spot on radar, presenting a unique challenge for air defense systems. The use of so many drones by both sides shows a major shift in modern warfare. Drones are relatively cheap to build compared to fighter jets or large missiles. This means a country can produce and use them in very large numbers. A swarm of dozens or even hundreds of drones can be sent to attack a target all at once. Even if defenders shoot down most of them, some might get through. This strategy of overwhelming an enemy with quantity, not just quality, is becoming more common, and the drone is the perfect tool for it. The sky is no longer just for birds and planes, it's for robots too. How do these missiles and drones know where to go? They don't have a pilot to see the way. Instead, they have incredibly smart guidance systems, their electronic brains. One of the most important systems is called an Inertial Navigation System, or INS. An INS is completely self-contained. It uses special sensors called accelerometers and gyroscopes to feel every single movement, turn, and change in speed. It starts from a known location and constantly calculates its new position based on how it has moved. The great advantage of an INS is that it cannot be jammed from the outside because it doesn't need any external signals to work. However, an INS can make small errors that add up over a long flight. To fix this, many modern weapons also use the Global Positioning System, or GPS. This is the same system your phone or car uses to find your location. The missile or drone has a GPS receiver that listens for signals from satellites orbiting the Earth. These signals tell the weapon its exact position with incredible accuracy. By combining the steady guidance of the INS with the precise updates from GPS, a cruise missile or drone can navigate for hundreds of kilometers and still hit a target the size of a single building. Of course, for every new weapon, a new defense is created. Both Iran and Israel used advanced air defense systems to protect themselves. These systems use powerful radar to scan the sky for incoming threats. When a missile or drone is detected, the system launches its own special rockets, called interceptors, to shoot it down. Israel's defense systems were busy, working to stop the more than 200 projectiles Iran fired. The United States also helped, using its own jets and ships to destroy some of the incoming threats before they could reach Israel. Air defense is like a protective bubble over a country. This conflict was a high-stakes game of cat and mouse played out in the sky. On one side, you have offensive weapons trying to be as fast, stealthy, and smart as possible to reach their targets. On the other side, you have defensive systems trying to detect and destroy those threats before they can do any harm. Iran also activated its own air defenses, claiming it shot down Israeli missiles and drones over its cities. The events of June 2025 show us that future conflicts will be won not just by having the most powerful weapons, but also by having the best shield to stop them.